A few things. One, I think most people are very happy to work really hard. I really like to work hard and get a 4.0 GPA because I know that it can get me out of bumfuck Geneva and back into someplace that's significantly better. I think that's relatively good. The reason why though, this is important, is because people have an understanding of how much they want to work hard. They decide that. I have friends in Sri Lanka who are very happy to stay in Sri Lanka because they don't want to do the hellish things that I do. But secondly, I don't know why you have to isolate yourself in an island to stop working so hard. I think there are alternative ideologies. Hell, religion tells me to be satisfied with things like praying to God and being chill with it, and I think that's perfectly fine because you have alternative ideologies that satisfy things about being happy with the simple things. I think that's perfectly fine. But two, I think there are two instances where you work really hard. One is when you work for a better life that you are unsatisfied with right now and that you want to pursue to be good, which I think is absolutely fine. They don't tell me why people's motivation to better is necessarily a bad thing. But two, it is you also doing it for external things, meaning that I'm doing it for my family and for my community. When it is the second thing, it is symmetric, meaning that there is interest on both sides for us to do better for our families. But it is only on my side that you are significantly able to access those kinds of things because accessibility significantly increases on my side. Because you have more resources, you have more opportunities, you have all the things that OO told you is really good about society. This is very important because then it tells you that the moment people's incentives to do better are symmetric, only on our side do you have access and opportunity to do so. Thirdly, CG assumes that you will stop trying to get better and stop trying to find meaning beyond just making a little bit more rice. I don't think that's necessarily fair because I don't think that people are necessarily going to just stop trying to do significantly better. But two, if they do, I think that's a bad thing because it stops asking you for more choices, it stops asking you to actively pursue something that's better for your family, and Lamia gave you significantly multiple reasons to why not asking for things is very bad, especially if you're somebody who's disproportionately marginalized within society. But before I move on, sure.
For the vast majority of people in the world, the only redeeming thing about their boring and demeaning job is that it allows them to have the satisfaction of supporting their family. Wouldn't you be better off supporting your family by going diving once every now and then in a beautiful reef and catching fish?
3 responses. 1, I don't think that everyone is just constantly pursuing for a means to an end. I think people often do enjoy going to things like that, but on my side I give them more options of job just by having more access. But 2, you can still go and enjoy those types of trips. You can still earn these kinds of things. People don't just not work. I'm going to Sri Lanka in July. I'm going to be in the beaches, I assure you. I don't think people are just not going to do these kinds of things. It's not something that is going to just completely end on my side. I think it's 2 responses, not 3. I don't need to waste more time on that. I'll take you later. Cool. Let's see with OG. I think they told you 3 things. 1, that you become less materialistic. 2, that you don't necessarily recognize that, 2, that society is going to be happy on their side, and thirdly, that capitalism is bad. I'm going to deal with the first biggest thing I want to flag is because they don't necessarily deal with the idea of what is actually meaningful. They just assume that by getting by, that necessarily satisfy people's happiness, but they also concede to the fact that people are still self-interested on their side and people still are willing to make themselves uncomfortable in order to pursue a few things. Let's leave it 4 responses to why people don't become less materialistic. I think 1, humans are consistently trying to get better and trying to achieve something significantly better that still exists on our side. But before I move on, sure.
You try because you experience complex emotions that is only derived from having social experiences. Today, I mean, the island is one of the communities ever present and your social needs are met. Isn't that the exact socialization that you crave?
I don't necessarily know why that's unique though. I think Lamia gives you good analysis about why you still have community, why you still have social experiences, why you're more likely to have good discourse with your family when you are uncomfortable because you know that there's something better. I don't know why this is exclusive to this island. That's weird. I think culture still exists. I think social structure still exists. That is non-unique to your side. But third, I'm just going to skip because I think Lamia gave you good responses to them. I think the most important thing to flag is that the only team to tell you why capitalism or materialism is necessarily a good thing is us. Because you tell you that your discomfort is what innately activates you trying to pursue something that is significantly better than the life that you necessarily have right now. That might not put you to becoming the CEO of your company, but it still motivates you to earn a little bit more to achieve the kinds of things that you want to. Finally though, I think the very simple reason why we have OO is 2. 1. we don't tell you that the world is going to have to be really good, and we don't require those kinds of things. But two, we are the only team to tell you why materialism is the thing that pushes you to significantly pursue something amidst this shittier life, and for those reasons, oppose.
Thank you for that debate. If you wait outside, we'll give you results as soon as possible.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Let's take a couple of minutes and then we can talk.
Is the recording still on there?
Yeah, it's still recording.
No, that's fine. They'll presumably not record their deliberation. Oh, they will not publish our deliberation.
Hopefully
Just go
not.
into the archive
Yeah.
or whatever. Sorry about that. Can I just turn on the camera for this?
Yes. We were just talking about that.
Yeah. There it is. Excuse me.
Harish.
Oh, yeah. You want another minute or ready to?
Give me like 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's fine.
I have a good feeling